All right, so Deebo Samuel's officially been traded to the Washington Commanders, and as a Niners fan, I don't really like this one. It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't add up. I mean, Deebo for a fifth round pick is actually crazy. One bad year shouldn't be the reason why his trade stock completely goes down. Because if that's the case, then the Niners got completely screwed. And I know you never know ahead of time, but probably should have traded him back in 2022. Different last year because it's like you can't just judge a guy off a season that he's not had yet because he's not had the season yet. But the Niners should have traded him in 2022. I didn't want him to be traded. He's still a great player, and he is still a really good player. But we traded him for a fifth-round pick, and I don't know where that fifth-round pick is going to get us. It's a pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, so okay draft compensation. And, yeah, the Commanders had that pick. I think, it's a later fifth-round pick, too, because it's based on how their season goes. And they went to the NFC Championship, so that's the 29th pick in this year's draft. So it's definitely not a great trade for the Niners. They get their established wide receiver 2. Zacchaeus wasn't a wide receiver 2. They now have McLaurin, and Deebo Samuel as their wide receiver 1 and 2, and then Zacchaeus as their 3. So they're building a solid wide receiver core, and I don't like it. I mean, I love Deebo Samuel so much. He's always been one of my favorite Niners. And honestly, my immediate reaction to this is, where are the Niners going to go in the NFL draft now? Because you obviously got to start it off with either getting an offensive lineman or getting an interior defensive lineman. One of those two. Those are absolute musts. Those are the two positions you need the most. But, you can kind of go for a wide receiver at this point. You have McCaffrey. He can get you passes out of the backfield. We'll see if Jordan Mason or Guerendo stays. It's going to be one of those two. I honestly want Guerendo to stay. I feel like we can get more value for Mason just because he established himself as a solid running back in the NFL this last season with McCaffrey out. So I think we're going to probably move on from Jordan Mason, keep Guerendo. We still got George Kittle, receivers, Brandon Ayuk. He's going to stay healthy hopefully this year. Juwan Jennings had a career year last year. Ricky Pearsall, hopefully he can stay healthy. It was obviously so unfortunate that he got shot last year. So if he comes back, that's an okay core right there. Maybe a little below average. So I think we're going to probably go out and draft a receiver or two. Definitely probably try and draft a tight end. We're going to lose a couple tight ends this offseason. But yeah, that move was actually just stunning. I can't believe it. I knew we were going to trade Deebo eventually. I didn't think it would be this early in the offseason. I definitely thought it would be before the draft, maybe sometime in March. But yeah, this trade doesn't process until March 12th, so it's not completely official. But yeah, as of now, Deebo Samuel's headed to the Commanders. What was my official second reaction? My second reaction was just kind of yeah, the end of this mini dynasty is over, where it wasn't a dynasty. The Chiefs are in a dynasty right now. There can't be two dynasties going on at the same time, really. The Chiefs are in this dynasty right now, and the Niners had this weird dynasty where we were so good, but we're never able to break through. Kind of reminds me of nothing else. There's nothing else I can kind of think of. I mean, maybe maybe the Philadelphia 76ers. They never even got to maybe the Bills. I don't know, but the Niners, we got to a couple Super Bowls with Deebo. Some great seasons. His 2021 season was just spectacular. The only season he got over 1,000 receiving yards. So he had an okay career with the Niners. I met him back before the Super Bowl in 2020. I guess you could say this is a farewell video to Deebo. Yeah, you guys are hearing everything right now. I'm not editing a single part of this video. So goodbye, Deebo Samuel. I cannot believe he's on the Commanders. And yeah, as I said, this video is non-edited, so it's going up on YouTube right now.